to master your fear. And there's also a subsection of this title, which is getting through. In life, we have a lot of different situations that we have to be dealing with. It could be things can come from anywhere, and a lot of the time we don't have control over the circumstances that are gonna happen to us, and we just have to be able to. We have to be resilient. So, getting through a high pressure, stressful, and negative period in your life. And that could be a situation that this period has happened already in your life, or is about, it could be a situation where it might happen in the future. But again, it's always better to have the awareness to know what to do or how to navigate yourself around this, whatever the situation might be that you have to face, or the situation that you probably still lingering in your system. So this is what we are talking about today: how to master your fear, but more importantly, how to deal with stressful and pressure situations in your life. And we're gonna hear this from someone that is, it's a person that is very much is a multi-billionaire, and I do understand not all of us. I mean, if you are watching, you're not in that situation or not in that level. But one thing is for sure is that one thing that is key about this is to understand. Thank you, Soraya, for the gift. One thing that is key about this is to understand how um, people, you can imagine if you have a couple billions or millionaires. Thank you, Soraya, for the gifts. A couple of millionaires, in his case, he has 9 billion. His net worth is $9 billion. So which means the amount of pressure and stress that he has to deal with on a daily basis, like his life is full of stress. Yeah, you're doing it right. That's it, Soraya. Thank you. His life is full of stress, and he's gonna share with us how he manages stress. But again, I'm gonna share with you guys, because when it comes to stress and pressure in our lives, it can crumble us to make us be fearful on dealing with them and addressing them and overcoming it. So, Soraya, there's another one here. And so now first, before we start, and the structure is, we're gonna talk first about today. What is the health goal of today, or the day? Every day there's a health awareness day. Today is about healthy weight, healthy look day today. So what is this about? I'm gonna tell you guys. First thing first, are you guys in your healthy weights? And well, basically, is your weight healthy? Do you find, I think, Soraya, we talked about it yesterday. I think you have your ideal weight, but today is healthy weight day, a day that focus on your healthy weight. So that's between today until the 13th of January. So what is day about? It's about encouraging people to prioritize their health by considering their weight. What your weight greatly affect, because your weight greatly affects how you are and feel. So in the fight to curb malnutrition and obesity, put your health first today to get things started. Okay, this is not really necessary, but more importantly, it's let me see what's important for us to know. Thank you, Soraya. Appreciate it. Okay, a few things to consider when it comes to healthy weight. Healthy weight, a few things to consider. So, what is considered a healthy weight? Thank you. We are with the bow. What would you guys consider is a healthy weight? Because today is healthy weight. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Soraya. So, what would you guys consider is your healthy weight? So, a healthy weight is a BMI of 24 or less, deemed of a healthy weight. So that will be a BMI of 24 or less. But although this is a rule of thumb, but also is not always, the rule that is for everybody. But that would be a general rule that you can try to stick around that 24 BMI limit, within that, as close to that range or within that range if you can, and that will equate you to having a healthy weight. Thank you, Soraya, again. So what is the ideal weight to lose in a month? Each month, everybody, it could be that at this point your weight is, you probably some, for some of you it could be that you're on your weight goal or weight loss challenge and your weight is probably too much, or you want to get your weight in this ideal BMI's level. So how much weight can you expect to lose if you are actively engaging in physical activity, but also managing your nutrition? And it's said to be, it depends of course on your level of activity, but a rule of thumb, uh, a good situation to actually expect is around 1K. It's, let's see if I can celebrate this, because it says celebrate with you. How do I celebrate? Okay, I'm trying to see, let me how to celebrate this super fan ad. Okay, yeah, I'll put it here. Okay, yeah, miss, you see, you get your recognition. Anybody else want to get their recognition? Yeah, thank you, Soraya, for your yeah, for your likes and for your gifts. So you should expect to lose, if you're doing with pounds, you should expect to lose around 1 to 2 pounds a week. But that would be like, when it comes to kilos, it will be around 0.5 kilos to maximum 1 kilo per week, and 4 to 8 in a month. That's a healthy way of losing weight, because a lot of the time some people would expect or want to lose so much weight out of such short period of time. But one thing is for sure, your body will go into a shock. It wouldn't be a normal situation. It would be for your body to, to feel that, to get to that you will have the right amount of energy, but also be able to feel good, emotionally. But so it's always ideal that you lose the weight, not in a big jump, but steadily. So that means steadily, the ideal amount to lose that you would lose if you trying to get your body in a state of, physically fit by through losing weight, it will be about 1 kilo to 0.5 kilo per week. And so that's something that that can help you to look forward to. So does my size affect my health? That's another question to know, because a lot of people, I think you guys already know this answer. The answer to this question: does your size affect your health? Because a lot of the time, the size affecting your health, sometimes they say it's a myth, but because I do understand, because it can be, size doesn't always have to affect somebody's health, or versus someone who's, doing all sort of vices, or not um using the right amount of nutrients, or consuming the right type of nutrients, and they might be skinny, but still that their health status is not, ideal. And body fat and skinny people can be healthy. um what matters is your diet, your body's metabolism, where the fat is being stored in your body, and your BMI. But obesity can lead to other health complications, as we already know, such as diabetes, and should be avoided. Well, that's, diabetes is not the only disease issue that, if you are obese, that you have to look out for, but that's one of them. There's a wide variety of packages of different unhelpful conditions that you could suffer from when you are overweight and obese. So how to observe, or healthy weight, healthy look day. Today is healthy look and healthy weight day, which is January 8th today. So measuring your BMI, we already talked about that. Measuring your BMI, I think it should be possible for all of you to measure your BMI. Just Google BMI measurement, and you just have to plug in your numbers, and then you'll find out what is your BMI. And eat healthier. Today is the perfect day to finally begin that healthy eating journey that you've been posting about or thinking about, because it's the beginning of the year. A lot of us, a lot of you guys, a lot of people have New Year's resolution goal that they want to achieve, and now is the time to actually begin with this New Year's resolution that you're trying to achieve as well. So starting by eating healthier. that's gonna help start an exercise routine. And that's really necessary. I mean, if you're trying to get fit, it's not only about the nutrition part, it's also about your exercise. What is it that you do to keep your body physically engaged, physically active? Because you need to build muscle, because over time, as time goes by, as our life, as we get older, our muscle deteriorate and our muscle become weaker, and our bones as well. So exercising is very key, something that we all must do. It doesn't matter the race, gender, I would say age. But again, we're talking about adults here. And so exercise is gonna help you, whether you are a gym junkie or whichever exercise that you find that you like. It's always ideal that you find something to do that you actually like to do, and rather have to force yourself to do it, because it will be much more sustainable, that you can be able to do it in the long term. And so the la to finish off with this, about, let me see, 5 myths about weight loss you should know. So size matter. The belief that fatter people, that one, diet works. So dieting is a myth and not the only solution to better health. To really work, it has to be applied in combination with regularly healthier lifestyle. So because a lot of the time some people think that just through dieting they will lose the weight or they will get fit, but it has to be other things that are combined with your dieting that's going to help you to actually, to lose the weight or to basically get healthier. And fast food is always fattening. Some people believe that all fast food are created the same. So fast food, whenever you eat them, it's gonna cause you to, get fatter, or they are not healthy. But again, fast food is said to be fast a lot of the time because it's the way that they made it or they make it. But there are some fast food that can be healthy, but it's about knowing what to choose and which one are the healthier choices or the healthier options. Because if you're gonna, it depends again. When you think about the big brands, when it comes to maybe McDonald's, KFC, or whichever, Burger King, these big brands, of course, they are not gonna be healthy. Even if they try to put some celery or salad into their burgers or whatever they are making, it's not healthy. But there are certain type of fast food that can be healthy. I'm not talking about these ones. So, I don't know if you guys know any fast food that are healthy. If you do know, let it be known in the chat. And another part, the third myth that we want to talk about is carbs makes you fat. Low carbs intake does reduce weight gain. And again, it depends on the type of carbs you are eating, because there's simple carbs and also there's complex carbs. And you want to always try to put your focus in the complex one, because these are the ones that are gonna be useful for you. And so simple carbs is linked to weight gain. So this is one reason why you have to stay away from the simple carbs and the high sugars food. Guys, come on, keep liking, guys. Come on, guys, can you like and follow? Let's get to 10K likes, y'all. And supplements, the last myth is that supplements lead to weight loss. A lot of the time, a lot of people try to use supplement as a way to lose weight. Because as you can imagine, even if you take some moment right now and you'll Google weight loss supplement, you'll find thousands of them, of weight loss supplement. And every time you can be watching a documentary or just television, whatever. If you have searched for weight loss, how to lose weight, sometimes in the future you will get weight loss supplement that are out, and that is just so promising. That's gonna make you feel that, okay, this is actually gonna be, it's so easy. I just have to drink it. I just have to use this weight loss supplement and I'm gonna lose the weight. But again, supplement for weight loss is a placebo effect, so which make you have to be cautious, which makes you feel that it's being used, or you are gonna lose weight. But again, it requires a lot of, it still requires you to live a healthy lifestyle through, managing your nutrition and also your physical activity, your exercises. And a lot of the time, what you have to watch out for, these supplements can be dangerous. A lot of the time, they put a lot of so different types of unhelpful ingredients in them, which are not gonna help you to lose weight at all, but which would damage your organs. So you have to be really careful. You have to be really careful. If you want to lose weight, it's best that you, if anything that is difficult, it's worth it. Anything that is like, I mean, if it was so easy for everybody to lose the weight, then nobody would be fat, to be honest. Nobody would be overweight or obese. But the thing is, just because it's not easy doesn't mean that you are unable to do it. It means that you have to, it's your personal journey that you have to get a hold on. It's your personal journey that you have to get active in doing. So it's I think it's a beautiful thing as well, because if you see that you are to see that you are able to build yourself and to build your character through remolding or reshaping yourself. And not only that, you're gonna reap the benefit, but if you're gonna try to go through the route of supplements or using this different types of drugs to help you out, and when it comes to losing weight, it's first thing first, all of these supplements or different weight loss drugs, it still recommends that you lead a healthy lifestyle through your nutrition and also exercise. So you still have to do the things that you had to do in beforehand, but you probably having a helper. But this helper thing is, which is the supplement or the weight loss drug that's gonna help you to lose the weight, that could, you're gonna be getting negative effects or effects from them. So it's best that you just do it in a natural way, and your body will thank you for it, and you will be more proud of yourself as well. And again, the bottom line is, when it comes to your nutrition and your overall, physical activity, your exercises, is for your overall body, but also for your mind, for your mood as well, for your self-esteem, for your self-confidence. So again, guys, today, again, focus on your healthy weight and healthy look day. Now, that is out of the way, we're gonna focus on the main reason why we are here, which is how to master your fears. And again, this person called Bill Ackman is who we're talking about, because he gave us a nice introduction to how he managed his fears and overcome challenges, how he maintained clarity when everything is going wrong. Because when everything is going wrong, it can definitely make you feel fearful of your future, and can cause you to be very anxious about your future as well. It can cause you to feel depressed. So now, when these situations happen, or if Lord knows, I wouldn't wish that this situation happened to you guys, but we have to also be realistic in the matter of, if they happen, what sort of mindset, how to master your fears and keep the fear away from you, and if it tries to overcome you, how to do it. So now, this person I'm talking about, Bill Ackman, if you're on YouTube, you can see him. He's 59 years old, but again, his network is a multi-billionaire in 2026, and he is basically an American billionaire hedge fund manager. He does very well for himself. That's the bottom line. But just because he's a billionaire, good evening. Just because he's a billionaire, that doesn't mean that he doesn't have problems. His problems can be somewhat even more greater than ours, because with his level of success, that creates a level of somewhat, I can say, entitlement, but also more of a mindset that these things shouldn't be happening to me, because I am so blessed. I have so much. These problems shouldn't be happening to me. But again, he has to be dealing with a lot of problems, and his life is stressful. So with more, who would want to learn from or to hear their story of how they deal with such tremendous pressure, than someone who's been pressured every day of their lives. And now you guys gonna hear this. He's gonna talk about it, and let's get this video queued. And he's gonna talk about explain his process of how he get through high pressure, stressful, and negative period in his life. And he's gonna share his story, very short.
Going through a very high pressure, so fun was down 30 something percent. The press, loves you on the way up and loves you even more to write about you on the way down. So there's a lot of very negative press. There was some litigation in connection with that Valiant investment, and I was in the middle of a divorce, so it was bad. It's about as bad as it gets, but I didn't have a health issue. So one, it's important to keep perspective. But the way you manage through that kind of stressful situation, all of us are going to have a moment like this. Unfortunately, it's going to be a health issue. It's going to be you're fired from your job, your startup fails. You will, and it's even harder when you've fallen from a high place to a low place. So my method was just, I'm going to make a little progress every day. Compounding is the solution to the vast majority of progress in the world, and personal compounding is even more powerful because you make 0.1% progress every day. It doesn't sound like a lot, but annualized, it's a huge amount. And so what I said to myself going through this period is each day I'm going to make progress. I'm not going to look back to where I was, because if I look there, I'm going to get discouraged. I'm just going to focus on the next step, and then the next step, and the next step. And you don't notice any meaningful change for the first few weeks. But about 90 days in, you're like, okay, I'm here. Here's where I was. Now, I used to be up there, but I'm just going to keep compounding. And the curves of compounding, which I'm sure you know well, start like this. They don't look like much, and then they look like COVID, and they sort of eventually kind of take off. And basically,
Okay. Well, that's how he managed his stressful moment and moment of uncertainties in his life. This is what he's talking about. And this is really important for us to know as well, because a lot of people think that people who are at that level don't have stress themselves, or they are not dealing with such issues or such pressures in their lives. But that could be something that is far from the truth. It is, everyone have stress in their lives, and everyone have to deal with some form of pressure in their lives as well. So it's not only for, we are not, all of us have go through a situation like this. So now, mastering your fear is one of the most empowering journey that you can undertake, because I can assure you, during these moments of uncertainties in his life, there was moments of fearful how people gonna see him, how his business partners or his people who are investing in his business, his family, his kids, how everybody is gonna see him, as he is so wealthy, he's so much in the line, in the forefront of everything. How come he's feeling that way? How come these things are happening to him? It must be bad luck. It must be that he is not worth it. So he said his method is to take it one day at a time, to make his life much better, and one day at a time. And this is the reason why, also that I communicate with you guys in a weekly basis. So one day at a time, I give you guys some nuggets of different things that you could, take with yourself, and also that you can share your opinion, share your thoughts, and also be able to, grow each day, one day at a time, on different topics that we talk about. If you find some topics that are necessary for me to talk about, that you like for me to uncover as well, to bring forth in this platform, you can always let me know. So now it's a really beautiful thing, to solve your issues, but it's also at that moment when it's happening, when you are afraid of different things that are gonna happen in your life, it can be a situation where you don't see any other options. So it can change your relationship with fear, the way that you undertake it. So the mindset that you go into it, and his mindset is that to make small changes daily, over time, these changes compound, will be a ladder to his next life. So it's about changing your relationship with fear so that it's not no longer control your decision and limit your life, because fears tend to create a cap or limit in your life, and only you can actually, remove that fear or remove that cover that fear can create in your life. So that start by the first thing that you want to do is to start by shifting your mindset about fear. Before any technique can work, you need to have a new perspective or way of viewing fear. And this is what we're going to talk about: the new perspective of how to view fear. Acknowledge fear and accept it and don't fight it. Because one thing a lot of the time we tend to do as we go through life is to fight the emotions, fight the feelings that that our body that we are going through. Fight it, then rather acknowledge it and accept it. Because a lot of the time, as human beings, we like to feel good. We don't like to go through a situation where it's it's uncomfortable. The uncomfortability can feel very irritating. It can feel very upsetting, that we don't want to have it in our lives. So the first thing that we want to do is to acknowledge it and accept that we are fearful. Because if you don't acknowledge it, if you don't accept it, and you try to push it, that doesn't mean that you let it manifest in your life. That doesn't mean that you give it power to be the leader of your life. It means that you recognize that it's something that is real, that is happening to you. The goal is to stop seeing fear as a weakness or an enemy. Rather, see it as a signal that your body is giving you, and take action. The action to take is, when you feel fearful, instead of saying I shouldn't be afraid, try to see it as a friend. Other than that, see it as, I feel you. Tell yourself that you feel it. Say hello fear. Have a relationship, have a conversation with your fear, and ask your fear what is it that it's trying to tell you, because this simply trying to acknowledge it is a situation that's gonna give you more control over it. It's like if you are trying to push it away a lot of the time, it's gonna return. And it means also that you haven't processed it. It means also that it can create a situation where you are panicked, but you don't want to create a situation where you're panicked. You want to create a situation where you're in control of your fear. And and also, what is necessary a lot of the time, some people this don't understand the difference, or they confuse the difference between fear and danger. You can be in danger but you're not fearful, or you can be fearful but you confuse it for being, you can be fear but you confuse it for being danger. Danger and fear are very different situations that manifest in our lives. So if you guys would know what is dangerous, and you would know also what is fearful. I mean, I can give an example though, but you guys know what is fear, and I mean what is danger. It's like putting yourself in a dangerous situation. You would know, you can imagine what would be a dangerous situation that you would put yourself into. So by all means, do not put yourself in a dangerous situation if you know you don't have a clear plan of how you can manage this dangerous situation, or how you can protect yourself out of it. But fear is more something that is more psychological, or something that or something that is more emotional. The goal is to first to understand that you can be afraid without being in danger. Danger is the possibility of suffering, harm, or injury. That's the only way that you can actually know that you are in danger, in a dangerous situation, if it's gonna cause you suffering or harm. And the action that you gotta take is to always ask yourself, if you're uncertain whether you are fearful or you are in danger. But I think if you are an adult, you should know the difference between fear. If you are in danger, you should be able to know if you are in a situation that is dangerous for you. So if fear is so overcoming and it's controlling so much of your awareness, here's something that you can do. It's always good to ask yourself, to check with yourself, to ask yourself, is this real, an immediate threat to my life or safety? such as if it's a tiger chasing you, if it's an animal or someone that is dangerous coming with something, a weapon that is chasing you, then that would be situation that is fearful. Or, but if it's not a situation that is fearful, but you can know that, okay, is it something that is psychological fear? It can be, fear of rejection, it can be fear of failure, it can be fear of embarrassment. All of these things that Bill Ackman was dealing with: fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of embarrassment. When what you will find is that most of the modern day fear that we are dealing with, it's mostly psychologically induced. It's mostly psychological fear that we have to deal with. And the thing is to recognize this is the first step that gives you power, that gives you control over them. And now is to, once you have noticed or recognized the source of your fear or what's causing you to be fearful, the next thing you got to do is to start rewiring your excitement. It starts rewiring fear as excitement. Fear can be a situation all of the time, it is. Sometimes we can say, okay, somebody is just looking for an adrenaline rush. Sometimes you can say it like this: I'm looking for an adrenaline rush. But what about some of you who are not looking for an adrenaline rush, but it's just because you are afraid of rejection or failure or embarrassment or whatever that your fear might be, or what's causing you to be fearful. So now is to the next thing for you is to start to rewire your fear and turn it into excitement. Because beyond the barrier of fear, a lot of the time that what's beyond it is excitement, is opportunity, is a place or moment of self-growth, a moment of actually getting to know yourself in a more intimate way. So the goal is to use your body's fear response to your advantage. And the action that you got to take is these is to understand these are how our body shows symptoms of fear. If you have your heart racing or sweating palm or heightened awareness, maybe for you guys it might be a different way that your body show you signal that you are fearful. And did you know one thing that I found interesting is that, did you know that these reactions are almost identical to those feelings of excitement? Meaning, the reaction that you experience when you are fearful can be so close or so alike as the reactions of excitement. Because you can be excited, your heart is pumping. You can be excited, so excited that your hands are sweaty, or you can be excited that you are so focused and your senses are so heightened. But fear also feel the same. So now when you feel fear before before a presentation or a difficult conversation, try telling yourself this. Remember, we're trying to rewire your fear into excitement. Try telling yourself this when you feel that you are fearful or you're experiencing the same reactions of fear, which are identical to feelings of excitement. Tell yourself, I'm excited. Reassured yourself, okay, this, I'm so excited about this. And this cognitive or mental relabeling can dramatically or drastically change your experience about fear. Because again, it's you trying to change your own experience. And fear is not something that nobody can actually um, take over for you, because again, it's on a lot of the time. Fear is something that is on your mind, it's something that is psychological, and you have the closest connection with your own psychological than I would and than anybody would. So now the action plan or step by step process that you could take is to start identifying and name your fear. And also the next one is to interrogate your fear. So the what if game. So ask yourself, you can try to break down the fear into, in a logical situation. What is the worst case scenario? So if you are afraid, what is the worst thing that can happen? If your worst fear happen, then what? Could you handle it? If things that you are so afraid about, you ask yourself, okay, is that something I can really handle? And how? You know, often you would find that the worst outcome or the worst case scenario is something that you can survive, is something that is not so catastrophized, it's not so much of a big catastrophe in your life, it's something that you can manage. So you can examine a few scenarios, but this scenario and these scenarios is something I examine with a lot of my clients to help them to overcome with their fears, because again, sometimes you can do it yourself, but sometimes you can coach yourself, be coached out of the fear. Again, is to the third step is to acquire knowledge. Your fear thrive in the unknown, because a lot of the time the reason why we are afraid of something is because we don't know. We are afraid of the dark. If you look at all of the fears, a lot of the time is irrational, but a lot of the time it can also be the unknown, what could happen. So shine light on the unknown with information. So you can try to, let you can do some research about what's actually causing you to be fearful. You can learn some skills if it's something that you're afraid about. If it's probably whatever you're afraid about, learn some skills that's going to help you with it, and become more competent will also help you to breed confidence, and that's another situation. And gradually you can expose yourself to what the things that you are afraid of, to expose yourself to whatever that's causing you to be fearful. So so it is key that fear a lot of the time is a choice that you make, meaning that if you choose not to do anything about it, it's gonna be repeating in your life. Yeah, it's up to you to actually make a change. That's what it comes down to. Wait, this is how you doing, Susie? Thank you, Susie, for keeping the engagement up. Who's in the chat? Um, I think I have a lot more to talk about, but again, this is um, this is really long, but I think at this point it should be enough. Mm, I think at this point, let me see. Uh, 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 Guys, like and follow y'all. I'd appreciate it. Like and follow. Okay. How long I've been live for? Let's see. Okay. So I think that should do it, guys. Because there's so many. Fear is such a deep conversation. It's such a deep topic, and there's so much to talk about when it comes to it. But I think I can, make this a bit short, and maybe constantly keep talking about it so you guys can have different. I have so much. When I was thinking about this, I have so much um approach to it, but I don't want to overload you guys with information, but I want to overload you guys with how to knowing what to do. Hi, Chris. Your favorite puppy? I think, let me see. Okay. I think that'll be it. Susie, where you from, Susie? I'm curious now, because you've been very much engaging. So look, if you on YouTube, say something on YouTube. All the YouTube fan, come on, y'all. YouTube, say something. Let me see the chat on YouTube. I'm okay here. Oh, you're in UK. How's life in the UK for you, Susie? YouTube, you can say something in the chat. Well, I guess you will never. Okay. Happiness. How you doing? Just cooking, lol. So what's for dinner then? Yeah, so let me see, y'all. When it comes to the fair, I'm trying to keep let me see. Again, it's gonna be I think I'm gonna think about lasagna. Delicious. I haven't it's okay. With meatballs, bad I know. Yeah, but again, haven't been eating brunchill. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. I've had remember the day that we talk about it was mashed potatoes, the beef, the soft beef and burenku. The same weekend I had it. But I think that day when I had it, then I was like you were not you were I think you were not there. Yeah, I did. So 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 the yeah. I had. What did you have? What did you eat for dinner? So, Susie, are you gonna watch your weight? You can, I mean, it's about also I will make it soon. I made it. It was so good. But the beef took so long to prepare though, because you had to get it nice, soft and tender. That took a while to prepare. And okay, so let me see. I got to start with wine, fear, and excitement. Next time, I'm gonna talk about more of the action plan because like I said, I don't want to make this too long. So if you have any question, you can ask. So not making this too long. Oh, I'm overweight. I need to lose a lot. So Susie, I can help you with that. Susie, and also Susie is that me help you when you were there.